Hello to you. Welcome to today's broadcast. Jan Ragnerud here from chaosmap.com. And we are live on the Facebooks right now. And thank you for listening on my media and marketing podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify now, Google Play. We are growing and expanding. It's also a cool way for me to share recent developments and what's working and things we're doing in the good old internet land over here. Coming to you from a beautiful day in Los Angeles today. And hey, thanks again for watching. And today I'm going to share something really cool. And if you're looking live here, you're seeing a bunch of images from Google Images. And I typed in selling online, and I titled actually today's broadcast, The New Art of Selling. And this is somewhat surprising to some, but man, for some of you all experts out there, this will be a nice confirmation of a direction well chosen in 2019 in terms of selling more online. But certainly if you are in the services business that we are at the agency, and that we do as consultants and trainers and teachers in this space, then you'll know that this will resonate, what I'm sharing here with you today. So again, thanks for coming in. And by the way, if you're having any questions about any of this, feel free to go out to chaosmap.com, chaosmap.com. That's the agency right there. And also, if you'd like to set up an appointment, there is a button at the top there. You can fill that out, just hit it and fill out the form real quick, set up a time that works for you, and we'll jump on a 15-minute call to see if we can help you. It's a no-pitch situation, just trying to help you get guidance and direction for some of the things that you're doing to take it to the next level. So again, we're going to talk about sales today, so I'm going to switch over to the screen here and narrow it down a bit. And I love charts, and it's a visual presentation here on how to think about selling a little bit. I'm going to talk briefly about history here. I'm not going to go too deep because I'm sure you've seen the old ways and the new ways of selling. But we are going to address the sort of trend here and what's happening and some recent developments that we've seen for us also, as well as in the marketplace. And so I call this slide Selling Maturity, right? And so this is all about the sales process in general, but also the maturity of building and developing your own position in the marketplace. Because ultimately, sales is about connection. It's about building rapport. It's about setting you as an authority, a leader, a trusted source in your marketplace. And for whatever products or services you are selling, clearly a great position to be in. Even if you are the quote unquote best salesman or woman in the world, it doesn't matter if you don't have the know, like, and trust factors really well seated within, right? So let's talk about it here. So there are two sort of stages here as you're looking at this. By the way, I'm going to make this available in the show notes so you can download it and think about this and how you can address this and put in some strategies into your own world for this. But essentially, stage one here is the sort of old in-your-face model. And you're familiar with it because this is the classic, door knocking, salesman or woman. I'll use the word salesman here to just cover both genders, or the sleazy salesman at the car lot, right? I mean, it's sort of a stereotypical thing by now, but I think there's some really great salespeople actually out in the automobile industry. So no offense there, but we're just going to stick with that stereotype for now. So the classic sort of give me $10,000 or else, or you need to buy this thing now or lose out forever. Just sort of very forced and very sort of urgent and sort of shady. Bunch of shenanigans, as I would call this, right? And I actually, just a funny little story here. When I first came to the U.S. some 30 years ago, I remember I went to a car lot in Culver City to buy my first Golf Volkswagen. And man, the guy sold me big time and into a deal where, I could barely keep up with payments at that point. But, he sold me because he talked about all the features of the car. It wasn't about my experience really, about getting from point A to B. It was like he's going to meet his quotas, his numbers for the month. And I think it was at the end of the month. And if you know anything about sales on the car lots, it's all about getting those numbers. And certainly at the end of the month, it's going to be a high squeeze on you. And that is the prospect, potential customer then. And so ultimately that turned into be a bad thing for me and affecting credits and all kinds of stuff. But, I was really proud when I drove into the lot with my buddies, said, hey, look at my new car, right? Status, big time. But I digress. Let's get back to this. So the in-your-face model, as I've described there, is still exists today, of course, very classic in certain industries. And it's one that works because it's in the numbers. It's all about, doing your databases, going through the numbers, going through your lists, your databases, your cold calling, your pitching. At every turn, you're sending out emails and follow-ups and trying to beat that one to death. And by the way, I'm not saying that this stuff doesn't work, I just said that a few minutes ago, but it's hardcore, right? It's like, hard sales, as I named this here in the slide. And it's also a lack of understanding and empathy as this messaging goes out, whether it's direct phone or email, because we all get the emails, which is, it's about me. It's like me mail, right? They don't talk about you. They're not concerned about you. It's just, have I reached my numbers today? I have to do a certain number of email blasts and a percentage will open and a percentage will click and a percentage may be interested. So you're just going to like hard hammer this home, right? Well, part of that as in a problem, is that the messaging is just so in your face, right? That's why I named this. It's they should, I actually, if some of these sales folks, good sales folks out there, would take a copywriting class, listen to the episode with Lucas Reshesky and learn how to do copywriting and how to do messaging with empathy, concern, benefits over features, etc. I mean, all these things can be trained, right? And so some of these old models can still be revived to work even better if you think about how to optimize that through copy and messaging. And we do a lot of sales process improvement also at the agency. And it's a powerful way to reach more people and to connect more. So in that first track here, I talk about the in-your-face model. That's you on the left, kind of a broad market, as I put here, with databases and lists. It's more like, hammer these things home and we'll get the sales in, sales demos, etc. So that's kind of level one or stage one, right? Good. Got that? Cool. Well, let me just check in with you here. I'm going to go out to, let's see here, get my mouse back. It's all this tech stuff, man. It's, there you go. So, hey, guys, back on camera here. So if you're watching this, thanks again. And if you have any questions, please fire away. But ultimately, this old model here is one that you want to avoid and one that you want to sort of reconfigure for your own business and for your own life, because the new way, which I'm going to get into next, is what we really are excited about and what you should be too, because this is how we actually get our business now, today, 2019. All right. Well, let's see what that's all about. Well, hey, that is about the self-selected model. So again, this stage two here is you. And now, same thing, you have a designated market, which I've sort of, put out here with a green, triangle, where ultimately it's about the message market media, which we've learned from Dan Kennedy. I talk about that a lot before, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's essentially a much more targeted place for your social activities and your content. So in the previous model, we talked about databases and lists. Here, it's about social networking. It's about the content. It's about, of course, different types of comments and formats of content through imagery, through videos, through audio, like the wonderful podcast that we're on right now. These things have a profound impact on people because it's easy to consume if you do it right. It's also easy to engage with if you do it right. And by the way, this if you do it right bit is intentionally tongue-in-cheek because there's a lot of content on this podcast about how to do that right in terms of developing content, how to position that content, how to think about the customer journey, folks. That is a big, big deal. Talk a lot about that. So ultimately, social and content is this stage two level here. So much more personalized here now, much more targeted towards this segmented market that are full of buyers. Now, I put buyers here as a sort of a general terminology because that's what we ultimately want in sales. But there's going to be a good number of folks who don't buy at the first interaction, which is fine. In fact, that 97% that don't buy, they may be your subscribers, right? They enter your email list. They may like your page. They may comment. They may share, but they're not really buyers yet. Well, we have a lot of opportunities now with technology and social platforms and ads in general to retarget and to follow up through emails and ads, of course. So just a wonderful way for you to be seen as the authority, trusted source, and developing the know, like, and trust, the trust factor through social networking, through social ads, social media ads. By the way, on that, we do that at the agency. If you want to go to chaosmap.com, chaosmap.com, happy to talk to there. If you want us to run your ads for you, manage the creatives, set up the split test, develop the landing pages, all of that good stuff we can do for you. So let's get back to it. Here in the stage 2 level, you're talking about social and content, or I'm talking about it, and it's about education. It's about engagement. And instead of you hard selling and pushing now, you are actually inviting to a call. So they self-select, hey, please, can you help me? Love what I'm seeing. Actually, I just got 2 of those yesterday from somebody who had seen a live video and another one on a YouTube because it's actually distributed out there, and set up an appointment. They booked the call themselves. And then I have some parameters for what that should look like. It's pretty simple, actually, through a questionnaire. And then I invite them to a quick call. And it's the same thing here. As I'm inviting you to go to chaosmap.com. You can click the button and basically set up a time that works for you, and we can jump on, right? Well, if there's a chance to help you, fantastic. If there's a chance to work together, there may be an opportunity. We're opening up for clients at the agency right now as we speak, but can you see the difference here? Well, of course you can, because this is about, growing with the times. Here we're basically saying, hey, we want you to be an educated customer ultimately, because then we'll have the best conversations, the best questions, and we will be able to, and I will be able to help you more. We actually are engaging now with some fairly large clients, and it's based on this second level model here. And it really is exciting because also what we're doing is we're able to set the tone out the gate. So if there is an engagement here, then fantastic, because we'll be able to have a great relationship. Any new relationship at this level is going to be set by the tone going in. Right now, you control a lot of that, but it's a two-way street. You can provide the best advertising and the best ad strategies, and you can provide the numbers within KPIs that we're looking for and that we're setting our goals for. But if you have a quote unquote idiot on the other side, you've done a bad job, and so have they, right? This has not been a great marriage. It's time to disconnect. But, that's for another episode. I just wanted to, guys and gals, get in here today quickly. I like to do these fairly brief ones, but man, this is a significant development that has been happening sort of quietly. And maybe for some of you, it's like, duh, this has been obvious in my face, but I haven't actually taken the time or taken the sort of the notice to the degree I should for developing out these new strategies. So going from kind of the old hard databases and lists out to the new way of operating and for building affinity and sales and connection and communication through content and through social media, whether it's organic or paid. So hope you enjoyed this, and a refresher. And man, to take action, if you'd like, go to chaosmap.com. That's CHAOS, like chaos, chaotic, map.com, and take a look around and set up an appointment if you'd like. We'll jump on with it. We'll take you through how this works and how you might change your life and business as well. So this is Jan out today. It's been really cool to be on here once again. And man, I hope you're having a great week. We're off to having a big old party for my daughter this weekend, so it should be really cool here in Los Angeles. Beautiful weather, and times are good. I hope the same for you. And keep taking action, and keep watching and sharing and liking, man. It's all good. Creates a great 360 universe for all of us, right? A positive one, that is what I'm talking about. All right, take it easy, and I'll see you later. Jan out.